Thank you. You're welcome. So, how are you? Oh, it's pretty good for a Saturday morning. Like 30 seconds before I was still sleeping. So, thanks a lot. Thanks for being there. It's Saturday. I totally understand. As you probably already noticed, I'm a francophone. I'm coming from Montreal, so I really like you because I came here this morning. Actually, it's not true. I came yesterday in Toronto only for this event, and I would be able to be at home in my bed still sleeping this morning. So I really like you. I'm really looking forward to see all the great applications that are going to be built today. And Matt, if you want to put my psychedelic, yes. So you probably are not able to read this. So my goal this morning, I only have 15 minutes. For people that know me, this is really not enough for me. I like to talk. I talk too much. And my goal this morning is really to try to get you in this little journey of how building Windows 8 app would be more exciting than seeing a unicorn in Wonderland. No, I didn't take any drugs. It's just because I really like the fact that we're able to build application more easily today with technologies that we know. So it's 15 minutes. It's going to be a quick presentation. By the way, for people that don't know me first, I'm Frédéric Harper. I'm from Microsoft. I'm a technical evangelist. So no relation with who you are thinking now. We just have the same last name. What is the technical evangelist? Part of my role is really to talk about technology, help you to be successful with your project. I said talk about technology can be about Windows 8, HTML, Windows Phone, Windows Azure, PHP, Java, any technology that you want to talk with me. I'm going to be there to help you. I'm going to be there to talk techno with you, talk technology. So how many of you knows the underpants GNOME business model? Yeah, so some of you watch a little too much South Park. I watched South Park a couple of years ago, and this was my probably favorite things in South Park, is really the underpants GNOME business model. So the model is simple. Step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, and step 3, make profit. So what we're going to do this morning, we're going to try to base our app model, how we can build application on the underpants GNOME business model. But what are we going to do? We're going to try to create the apps GNOME business model. So how can we take this model and use it to create some application and to make some profit, to be successful with app development? So the step 1, we're not going to collect underpants today. So people that started to worry a little bit, I'm not that crazy. We're going to change a little bit the step number 1. So the step number 1 is really about collecting the tools. To be able to build Windows 8 application, you're going to need basically 2 things. You're going to need Windows 8. So you can buy Windows 8, of course. If you don't have Windows 8, there is a free trials, 90 days free trials that you can use to build Windows 8 applications. So you're gonna have the full Windows 8 for 90 days, so you can test it, so you can try it, so you can build your application. You're gonna need also Visual Studio. Visual Studio Express 2012 with the SDK for Windows 8. It's also free. So you download it, it's free. And the 2 together is gonna give you the opportunity to build application and make this GNOME throw some rainbow. Step 2. We're going to go a little more further than the step 2 from the underpants GNOME business model. So we already know what is the step 2. What is really great, what I really like with Windows 8, is that you have the choice from different programming language that you can use, different technology. If you know C# and XAML, good for you. You already know how to build Windows 8 application. If you're a C++ person, and XAML, you already know how to build Windows 8 application. But the most exciting for me as a web developer, as a people that really like web technologies, that I can use those technology, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, to build amazing application. And I'm not talking about old technologies. I'm talking about the latest and the greatest, the cool stuff, HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. You can use those technology to build Windows 8 application. I talked quickly with someone this morning that said, oh, I don't know Windows 8, but I know, yeah, this is you. You need to stand up and sing a little bit just so people know you. Okay, so I was talking this morning, I said, I don't really know Windows 8. I said, it's okay. You don't need to know Windows 8 to build application. You need to know, if you know web technology, if you know HTML, JavaScript, CSS, you already know how to build Windows 8 technology. The only thing you're going to need to learn a little bit is the WinJS API. So the JavaScript library that sits on top of the Windows core that you're going to need to use to build your application. And at the end, you're going to be able to create those little pony Windows 8 application. And actually, this is a real application. I really want to take part of my time to show you my little pony soundboard. So it's not something that I created, but this is a pretty nice, actually the UI is great. It's just I'm not a big fan of a little pony, but I have some audio file and it's part of the little pony application, and this is nice graphics. So this is a cool application that you can build if you want. If you don't want to build My Little Pony application, of course you can build whatever you want. You can build games, you can build application, you can build even line of business application. Those applications that sometimes we look at Windows 8 and we say, oh, maybe this is not the kind of application that would work in Windows 8. There is some scenarios that you can build these applications in Windows 8. What is great if you use web technologies? And it's not just about JavaScript, but you can reuse code that you have. For those of you that were at the first workshop that we had, I just took an HTML5 game and created a Windows 8 application with it. I just reused the code that I have. So I can use the code that I already have, web technologies. I can use libraries, JavaScript framework that I know, jQuery, Backbone.js, all the libraries, the framework that I'm using. I have a lot of chance that I'm going to be able to use them in Windows 8. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that that's going to work in Sandbox because you're not on the web anymore. You are in native application. But keep in mind that you can use those. So you don't have to throw away all the framework or technologies that you know now. You can use them to build Windows 8 application. If you don't know where to start, you know the technology, or maybe you don't know the technology and you want to learn something new and you don't know totally where to start. We have the people from IDEO Notion in the room. They are the expert on Windows 8 and HTML5. Those guys are really great. On top of course, those user group leaders that know everything around JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. The guy at IDEO Notion created something that I found really amazing, and I'm not saying this because they're there. Yeah, give me the 20 bucks. So I was not talking about you. I was talking about the other guy in the back. So they created something that I found really good. So how many people in the room have a WordPress blog? Don't be shy. This is cool. Yeah, I like WordPress. I'm using WordPress for so long. What they did is that if you have a WordPress site, oh okay, I touched something. If you have a WordPress site, you have two choices. You can go on GitHub, you can download IdeaPress. This is a template, this is a starter kit that I'm going to use to build a Windows 8 application related to my website. So recreate some of them with this tool. If you go on the Windows 8 store, I have plenty of those that use MetroPress. We make one for Make One Not War. I made one for my personal blog. And you use the template, you do some customization, you change the feed. So you connect IdeaPress to your blog, and you get a Windows 8 application. So this is really good. If you're not that technical, or maybe it's not for you because you are here, you want to build application, you know people that are not too much technical, they can, or you're just lazy. I'm a lazy guy. Everybody knows it. If there is an easiest way for me to do something, I'm going to do it. So what they did also, they created a tool, ideapress.ca. You go on the web, it's free. It's a step-by-step tool that's going to help you to customize the theme, the starter kit, the template, sorry. That's going to help you to customize the template, and that's going to generate you a Windows 8 application like this. Really easy to use, really easy to understand, and you're going to get a Windows 8 application at the end. So really cool if you don't know where to start. This is a really nice project. This is a really nice template. I told you, I'm a little bit lazy, or maybe at the beginning, like I said, you don't have a lot of ideas. There is other templates that you can use to start to build your application. Other friends, I am in Toronto. It seems that I'm working maybe too much with people in Toronto. But I have Redbit Development, another IT shop in Toronto. They create 2 amazing templates for open data lovers. And actually, you don't need to be an open data lovers to use those templates. So when it comes about open data, it's free data available that the city, that the government, that maybe private company made available to you. So those 2 templates are based on 2 scenarios. The Finder app type of application. I want to find a restaurant in Toronto that all my friends find that it's a cool place to go. I'm going to use a kind of Finder app. There is also the Hero app scenario. An Hero app scenario would be, I want to report all in the street to my cities. So my cities, at some point, I hope, will fix the holes in the street. So this is another kind of scenario. I can use those templates. Those are starter kits. It's really easy. I plug a JSON feed, an open data JSON feed, every JSON feed you had, and I'm ready to start. After this, of course, I'm going to customize a little bit the template, but at the end, it's going to be really easy for me to have a Windows 8 application. Both of these templates are also available on GitHub, so they are free, they are open source, they're made with HTML5, JavaScript, CSS. So you know web technology, it's even easier to start a Windows 8 application with those templates, the IdeaPress one and those 2 open data template one. And what is great is that yesterday I just found that there is something on GitHub. How many of you know GitHub? If you don't know, it's okay. But this is the cool stuff now. This is the cool thing. Every people that use Git, that want to have public repository, use GitHub. And this is the mascot. This is Octocat. And they made a lot of crazy Octocat. And I found one that fit totally with my presentation. It's the kind of My Little Unicorn Pony Octocat. Actually, it freaks me out. But yeah, so no relation with my presentation. I'm building an application, or I'm trying to build an application, and I would need some UI guideline. I would need some UX guideline. I have some technical problem. Of course, you're there today, you have access to experts. You have access to the guy from HTML5 Toronto. You have access from the guy from DevTio, from the guy from JavaScript Toronto, for Idea Notion, and of course from me. So we're going to be there today to help you. But after today, what's going to happen if I need some help? Of course, I'm going to have my contact information. You can contact me. You can talk to all these guys in their user groups, in their event. But we create something that is, I found pretty amazing. It's called the Windows Store App Lab. What is a Windows Store App Lab? You're going to go on the website. I'm going to put all the links at the end of my presentation. You go on the website, you register for a free 2 hours session with a Premier Field Engineer. So this is a Microsoft employee. This is an engineer that is probably too much of an expert of Windows 8. Those guys are just so much intelligent. They know everything from the guideline, from the certification process, from all the API that you need to use to build your application. And what is great, you can have a meeting, an appointment with these people. 2 hour session, it's free. You just need to register. And in Toronto, we have this in Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. And in Toronto, it's at March. So you go at March, first you register. I'm going to put the link after. You get access to these people, 2 hour session, really worth it. So you can use it at the beginning. You didn't build something. You just want to talk about the process. You just want to, you have problem installing Windows 8. You don't know how Visual Studio is working. You want to build a new UI, but you don't really know where to start. You don't really know if you respect the guideline from Windows 8 application. Use the Windows Store App Lab. Step 3. Is it the most interesting step? What is the step 3? This is profit. Yeah, who said that? Yeah. You're too much a money guy. I know you for 30 seconds and you're already talking money to me. Yeah. So step 3. Step 3 is all about profit. What I really like with Windows 8 is that you basically decide how you're going to make profit. What is the good path for you to make profit with your application? Of course, you can charge for the application. So you can make a paid app. You're going to charge, people's going to pay you to use your application. You can do in-app purchase, and it's really easy to do. I showed some code the last event that we did. I created some code about in-app purchase, so this is something that you can do. It's really not that hard. We see this a lot of times. Most of the time we see this in games. So I'm going to give you my games, or you're going to pay, I don't know, $5. You're going to have access to the 10 first levels. But after this, if you want to continue, you need to pay for the next level. So this is another way to make money with your application. Of course, you can give your application and put some ads. I see some sad face. You don't like ads? I need to say, oh, this is streaming, eh? I need to say that I'm not a big fan of ads. I may lose my job. No. But I totally understand the point on the developer side. And if it's well done, if you use the ads correctly in your application, you place it at the right place, it's not something that's going to be obtrusive. I just don't know how to say this. There's some kind of words that I'm just not able to say in English. So if you don't put the ads in too much in the face of the person, so we understand ourselves, that's going to be good. And this is a way to make money. But you can also give free trials. We saw with experience on the platform like on Windows Phone that if you give a free trial to users, you're going to have 10 more chance, not 10 more chance, you're going to have 10 more people, 10 more times, sorry, the apps that's going to be bought. So you put a free trials, maybe it's going to be feature limited, maybe it's going to be time limited. You put a free trials, in your free trials you can put ads, and after this people, if they want to remove ads or if they want to have the full feature application, they're just going to buy your full application, your paid application. So those are the way that you know. This is not something new. It's working on most of the platform. The only thing is that we tried, and I think we succeed to make this more easy for you to implement and to work with these different way of making profit with creating application. This is not the only thing. This is, of course, the way to get money. But there is the way to be successful with your application or get some rewards. Do you know the program Developer Movement? It's for people in Canada. If you're Canadian, you're building a Windows Phone or Windows 8 application, subscribe to Developer Movement. Actually, that's going to be the first thing that everybody's going to do after my presentation, if somebody else is not speaking after me. Yeah, do we have time? Just don't listen to Taz and subscribe to Developer Movement. Go on developermovement.ca. This is free. You subscribe. We're not going to spam you. You're going to get some points just to subscribe. Enough points to get a free t-shirt. And after this, you publish your application. The application that you made is I mixed French and English, that you made here. And you're going to get some points if it's a quality application. If it's a quality application, you're going to make some points. And with those points, you can exchange those points for rewards. So that goes from t-shirt to a TV, passing by an Xbox and a computer, an external hard drive. So there is a lot of great prizes. You just need to submit your application. So really good way for you to get new rewards. Yes?
You don't give up any rights to your app by doing that, do you?
Sorry?
You don't give up any rights to your
No.
ownership of your app?
No, actually, probably to me, you're going to give me all the money that you're going to make. But outside of this, no rights. It's okay. No, actually, no rights, anything, no problem. The only thing you're giving us is the link so we can try the application to see if it's a quality app, and you get points. So no rights, you keep your application. Idea Notion, again, this is their fault. This is amazing. They have an amazing offer. If you use the IdeaPress template, either it's the project on GitHub, either it's ideapress.ca, you submit your application, you send us an email, we'll give you a $50 gift card. So that's going to pay your developer account. So at the end, if you use this template, free developer account. And you don't give the right to your application. So this is really nice. Last but not least, apps for Ottawa. Why I'm talking about Ottawa and Toronto is because they opened this to everybody in Canada. So this is a contest around open data. You're creating an application. Think about the two templates that I talked before. Create an application, use open data, feed from the city of Ottawa, submit your apps. There is amazing price. There is around 38,000 bucks in price. So there is a lot of prizes. And what is great is that, of course, I'm going to submit an app for Ottawa. I'm not going to use it. I'm not living in Ottawa. But what is great with open data is that you will probably find the same feed available in your city in Toronto, so you can build a second application to use in Toronto also. Last but not least, because they already told me that I talk too much, the last thing, profit is not just about money, for me at least. It's not always just about money. What is great is that you're going to create something new. This is amazing. I like to create stuff. That's going to give you experience point on LinkedIn, on GitHub. If you publish the source of your application on GitHub, everybody is telling that GitHub is the new CV, it's the new LinkedIn. It's the way for technical people to show their skills. Think about these projects. If you don't know Windows 8, you're going to learn a new technology, you're going to learn something new, something that you're going to be able to put in your CV. Even if the next job, the next project, the next customers you have don't need a Windows 8 application, you're going to be able to show them that you have the skills. You have the web skills and you have the Windows 8 skills. And last but not least, and this is so important, this is important for everything you're going to do, but certainly in Windows 8, be really proud in your craftsmanship. You are an artist. For me, creating code, I talked about WordPress before, I really like the fact that the tagline from WordPress is code is poetry. Because I really think that we're artists, we're poets, we're creating something, we're creating application. So be proud of this. I think that's going to be part of the profit area. So I don't know for you. I hope you're not still sleeping. I hope I wake you up a little bit. I hope that you found that it's not that hard to create a Windows 8 application and that it's something exciting. I use my actual skills. I'm going to collect the tool. I'm going to build the application. I'm going to submit the application to the store to get some point with developer movement, to do whatever I want to make profits with the application that I'm going to sell. So for me, I don't know for you. I hope it's the same thing for you now. But for me, I really think that this is more exciting than seeing a unicorn in Wonderland. I don't know how many unicorns you saw in Wonderland. But for all the unicorn I saw in my head, actually I have one now, all the unicorn I saw, I really think that building application is way more exciting. This is something cool. This is using your skill to create something. Last but not least, I'm going to put this presentation on my own blog, probably during the day if I have time. This is all the links. If you need specific links during the day, let me know. When I'm going to publish this online, I'm going to tell everybody where you're going to be able to get those. So this is about the free trial, the developer center, that is probably your main resources, where to get Idea Press, where to get the template, where to subscribe to Developer Movement. Last but not least, I am one point of contact at Microsoft. It's not because I'm in Montreal that I cannot help you. Keep this in mind, fredh@microsoft.com. If you want to tweet, to tell people that I was so boring this morning, you can do this on Twitter @fharper. If you like my presentation, also do it. You can go to webnotware.ca. This is the blog from Microsoft. This is the part of Microsoft that partner with these amazing user groups in Toronto to create this event today. The blog is about open data, open source, interoperability, open standard. Last but not least, I'm going to publish my slide on my personal blog, outofcomfortzone.net. Sometimes post in French, sometimes in English, most of the time in Franglish.
And all the time awesome.
Wow, I'm going to own you $20 also. So, thanks. So I'm going to finish my presentation with 6 keys. No, so we're going to give USB keys to people. You're going to have documentation. You're going to have a lot of things to start. Tutorials. If you're not comfortable to start creating an application this morning, today, there is some tutorials to help you to understand Windows 8 and understand the platform. After the presentation, of course, during the presentation time, we're going to ask you to respect the presenter. So if you want to continue to code, go ahead, but please respect the presenter. If you need help with the code, technical issue, installing Windows 8, if you don't know where to start, you don't have an idea of application, we can brainstorm with you. We are really there to help you. So just people that have the skills to be able to help you, just show your hand in the air so we know you. Like there is Taz, there is so many people on that side. There is some shy people in the room that know that I can. Yeah, put your hand. Yeah, put your hand. Yeah, so those guys, they can help you. If you need help, let us know. So I already talked really too much. Are you a little bit excited about this day? Yeah, this is Saturday morning. Yeah, I know, sorry.